Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. Last time we participated in the Battle of Ostagar and unfortunately the Grey Wardens and the Ferelden army were defeated by the Darkspawn. We were rescued by Morrigan's mother, Flemeth, and they took us here to their hut where I am recovering my strength. And I believe...
You must speak to Mother, then be gone. You have an army of Darkspawn to avoid, and 'twould be best to get an early start.
I can't talk to her again. Yeah, we can go through all this stuff again. I just want to say thank you for helping me, Morrigan.
You were welcome. Though Mother did most of the work, I am no healer.
I will go.
I will stay and make something to eat.
Thank you. Alright, and we also have a level up here, and I did look up, if crossbows are worth it, and I didn't look too deeply into it, but it seems to be that they're just not that great. So we're gonna stick with the bow, and I don't know, I guess I need to look this up too. Does strength contribute to the bow damage? Something I'd be interested to know. We're gonna go with 20 dex and 20 cunning. I think that's where we're gonna end our cunning as well, because I think... Oh, we only needed 16 cunning. Oh, shit. Never mind. Let's go back. Get rid of that. And we'll go 18 strength. Or 17 strength. Yeah, 17 strength. Yeah, we'll go with that instead. Do we need cunning for anything else? Can more easily find weaknesses. Rogues benefit the most from this statistic, as many of their class abilities and special attacks rely on it. So we wasted about 3 points of cunning. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Most skills such as herbalism or combat tactics require a quick mind to master. Okay, so combat tactics was another thing I needed it for. And an observant eye can more easily find weaknesses in enemy armor. Okay, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. Maybe we should put it to 20, just so it's... I like the nice even numbers, to be honest. Yeah, we'll put it at 20. Why not? Yeah, so all of those are done. We do need to get this upgrade. Damn it. I mean, we do need this, don't we? Fuck me. But we want to get this too. I mean, we could go for these as well, right? So threaten. We can draw people to us. Taunt. Precise strike. Precise strike might be good to grab. Oh, we can't even get this yet because of our dexterity. Well, if we can't even get that stage yet because of our dex, I mean, we could boost our dex to 21. And that would give us critical shot. Or that could be really good. But if we can't get this yet anyway, we might as well go with coercion. It would be nice to get stealing too. Does that? I still don't know if stealing would allow me to pick locks. I don't remember. There's too many things that we could need. Too many things. Yeah, 16 cunning seems to be the magic number. Maybe we should just do this. Yeah, we'll do that. Get that critical shot. Finding a chink in the target's defense. The archer fires an arrow that, if aimed correctly, automatically scores a critical hit and gains a bonus to armor penetration. The Master Archer talent increases the armor penetration bonus. Yep. We'll go with that. Got a whole bunch of skills down here now. Okay. Let's go outside.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
I'm not, thanks to Morrigan's mother. Afraid you're going to be left alone. I'm fine. I appreciate your concern. It takes more than a few Darkspawn to kill me. I'm not, thanks to Morrigan's mother.
Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Oh.
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
Yeah, I've been saying her name like we've known it, but I guess Soraya hasn't known it yet. Who cares what she is? We need to do something now. So why did you save us? If you're Flemeth, you must be very old and powerful. I don't think Soraya really knows a lot about Flemeth, besides the bit that Davros might have said. We can't be safe here. We're all the Darkspawn. I suppose we should thank you. Why did you save us?
Well, we cannot have all the Grey Wardens dying at once, can we? Someone has to deal with these Darkspawn. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
Of course not. It changed when most of them were slaughtered. The Grey Wardens are no more. Let someone else do it. The land is hardly united, thanks to Loghain. Alright, so what would Soraya be thinking at the moment? I don't imagine she's, like, at this point, super committed to the Grey Warden cause. I mean, she kind of saw the Grey Wardens recruiting her as sort of just a lifeline almost, a last resort. A little bit like Davros, but Davros seemed to become a really big believer. And I think she does appreciate greatly what Duncan was able to do for her. Getting her out of the alienage at that time. And I know I've been saying like she's probably pretty afraid of a lot of the stuff that's been happening to her. And that's true, but I don't think she's a coward necessarily. Would she have that reaction of course not, though? I don't think she said it would change, or that the Grey Wardens are no more. So it's between 1 and 4. This is a tough one. Toughest choice so far, guys. I'm gonna say the land is hardly united thanks to Loghain.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would he do it?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The Archdemon.
Then we need to find this Archdemon. What is this Archdemon exactly? Alistair's the real Grey Warden here, not me. Will you help us fight the Blight, Flemeth? We should contact the rest of the Grey Wardens. What could the Terran hope to gain by betraying the king? What is this Archdemon exactly?
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient Tevinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An Archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by Darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
And it's crazy how close to the truth this myth is, but how far away from it is at the same time. It's actually really cool. Because obviously we learned the truth about all this in the Veilguard. I'm not going to say Alistair's the real warden. Will you help us fight the Blight, Flemeth?
Me? I am just an old woman who lives in the wilds. I know nothing of blights and darkspawn.
Well, whatever Loghain's insanity, he obviously thinks the Darkspawn are a minor threat. We must warn everyone this isn't the case.
And who will believe you? Unless you think to convince this Loghain of his mistake.
He just betrayed his own king. If Arl Eamon knew what he did at Ostagar, he would be the first to call for his execution.
Arl Eamon? The Arl of Redcliffe? Perhaps we could go to him then. You think the Arl would believe us over the Terran? Yeah, do you think the Arl would believe us?
I suppose. Arl Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
Surely there are other allies we could call on? That sounds like an excellent idea. Keep in mind that Logain was also an honorable man. Everyone will see the danger the blight poses, right? And say he doesn't help us. What then? Keep in mind that Logain was also an honorable man.
The Owl would never do what Tan Logain did. I know him too well. I still don't know if Arl Eamon's help would be enough. He can't defeat the Darkspawn Horde by himself.
There's nothing we can do, is there? We'll find a way. It's up to us, after all. We need the rest of the Grey Wardens.
I don't know how to contact them, or if they're even on their way. We need to do something now.
You have more at your disposal than you think.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
Why not? Isn't that what Grey Wardens do? As long as there's some profit in it. Whoa. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I doubt it'll be that easy. Why not? Isn't that what Grey Wardens do?
So you are set then? Ready to be Grey Wardens?
As ready as we'll ever be. I'd be happy with just staying alive. I don't suppose you could offer any more help. Yes, and thank you for everything, Flemeth. We're going, old woman. Don't push us. Thank you for everything, Flemeth.
No, thank you. You are the Grey Wardens here, not I. Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears. Ha ha.
Haha. I think that's an excellent idea. What makes you think we want her? Thank you, but if Morgan doesn't wish to join us, I think that's an excellent idea.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Very well, we'll take it with us. Was this your idea all along? She had better be as useful as you say. Was this your idea all along?
Pardon me, but I had the impression that you two needed assistance, whatever the form.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
I understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
I can't help but wonder, was Mythal's memories, were they active inside Flemeth all this time? Or did something happen in Inquisition? If they were active all this time, does she know the truth behind the Blight and everything? And what they're trying to accomplish here? Which I actually don't know. I guess the Archdemons are probably trying to tear down the veil at some point, right? To free their masters. Obviously, we never learned their goal from them because they're not really in the talkative mood. But, yeah, I mean, if she does know the truth of everything, then, then I guess for her, this threat is even, like, more massive, maybe, than, like, what we're even thinking of. Interesting. I understand. We don't need help. She won't come to harm with us. I understand.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. 'Tis not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
I think we should just get underway. No, I prefer you speak your mind. I have no problem with your presence, if Alistair doesn't. Actually, I have some questions.
I may have answers. Ask.
Are you really Flemeth's daughter?
'Twas she who raised me, and thus I consider her my mother, born from her womb or not. 'Tis what you meant, yes?
Mm-hmm. It's just difficult to imagine her. I'm just wondering her age. She's just going to stay here alone? She's just going to stay here alone.
Mother was alone long before I came, and will be so long after I am dead. Such is her choice, though I suspect she would claim the choice was made for her.
Have you never been outside the wilds?
From time to time. I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider. Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
Is that what you want?
What I want is to see mountains. I wish to witness the ocean and step into its waters. I want to experience a city rather than see it in my mind. So, yes, this is what I want. Actually, leaving is harder than I thought, however. Perhaps Mother is right. It must simply be done quickly.
Tell me about this village to the north.
'Tis a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your Imperial highway where travellers purchase goods from local farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
A chantry? And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch?
Of course they have. They even called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
Is there any reason to go to Lothering then?
I mention it for its tavern, where travellers gather with news from other places. 'Tis small enough that our appearance might go unnoticed. Beyond that, 'tis close, and I know the way.
How are we going to get past the Darkspawn?
The real question is how we are going to get your friend past the Darkspawn, is it not?
That's true. We can sense the Darkspawn. Conversely, they can sense us.
I don't sense any Darkspawn.
You won't right away. No. It takes time. We should be able to sneak past smaller groups, but larger ones, or particularly intelligent Darkspawn, will always detect us.
Mother has given me something else for them to smell instead as we pass by. 'Tis important we head out of the wilds, however, not farther in.
The Darkspawn are camped further in the forest.
They come from underground, like an eruption. They broke through deep within the forest, and that is where they will be most concentrated.
What skills do you have exactly?
I know a few spells, though I am nowhere near as powerful as Mother. I have also studied history and your Grey Warden treaties.
Can you cook?
I can cook, yes.
Never mind him, you don't have to cook. Then you can substitute for Alistair. Excellent, you'll at least be of some use. Then you can substitute for Alistair.
Right, my cooking will kill us. That's all I meant.
I also know at least 15 different poisons that grow right here in this marsh. Not that I would suggest 'tis at all related to cooking.
No more questions.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
All right. We have our second party member here in Morrigan, who's got some herbalism. I'm gonna put that over there. She's also got frost weapon, lightning, mind blast, horror, spider shape, vulnerability hex, disorient, drain life, and winter grasp. Okay.
Yes.
You've leveled up. We're gonna go ahead and get... I'm gonna get 2 points in con. And another point in dex this level. Yeah, you might as well get your last. Actually, no. I'm gonna get some, yeah, we're gonna get trap making for you. Okay, and then... challenging posture that increases enemies' stability with each melee attack. Okay. What was our other options? Just shield balance. A passive. The character has learned to compensate for the weight of a shield in combat. No longer suffers an attack penalty while using shield defense. Okay, now we want that, yeah. Good. Okay. Let's go ahead and look around real quick. Any loot? Anything back here? Oh. It's a nice little hut. I like it.
Have you not left yet? I hope you are not hanging about for some stew.
That'd be nice. Could you... You could come with us, you know.
Oh, I prefer to remain here. Considering what the world has done to me, I have already done more than it deserves.
What has the world done to you? But you're more powerful than we are.
It is not a matter of power. No one person in all of Thedas has enough power to stand against a blight. Were that the case, sending you two would be quite the jest. What is important is that you are both Grey Wardens. Your task is to unite the land, inspire its men, and turn them from their petty politics to face the archdemon. In that, you are more powerful than I by far. I am but an old woman whom the world has largely forgotten.
And what has the world done to you?
That is between the world and me. Your business is elsewhere.
Could you answer some questions?
Questions. One would think a Grey Warden would be more interested in action.
Can I ask about your magic?
What good would it do you? You are no mage. It is sufficient that I have passed on my knowledge to Morrigan, and I pass her on to you.
Like a worn dress or an old pair of shoes.
Are you still here? You cannot give them away, apparently.
How long have you lived in the wilds?
Since before I was wrinkled and old. You may think it strange, but I was once young and beautiful, just as Morrigan is now. Yes, men desired Flemeth then, and some even killed for her.
You don't seem very happy about that. Are you sure they didn't just die from the horror? That must have been a long time ago. You don't seem very happy about that.
I am not, nor was I then. It dictated all that followed. But enough. You have your task to complete.
What will you do once we're gone?
Have a moment's peace for once.
I hear the peace of the grave is eternal.
This is the thanks I get for feeding you and putting up with you for this long. May your child one day treat you the same.
Feed me, she says. Without me, I swear, she shall be caked in dirt and eating tree bark inside of a month.
Do you have any advice?
About the Darkspawn?
About anything, really.
Then hear this. I laugh at a world full of stupid humans who ignore the Blight's evil and abandon their vigilance to chase mortal goals. Remember, it is up to you to destroy the Blight. Pray not for someone else to destroy it. It will always nip at your heels.
I have no more questions.
Then we are done. Now, if you will excuse me, I have some dinner to eat.
That was good advice. I think that's gonna spur on Soraya quite a bit. That idea. Or that advice there. Okay, so here's our mapper for Ralden here. Got Lothering, a small town just off the Imperial Highway at the edge of the hinterlands. Alright, What's this button do? Oh, nothing. Okay. Oh, that was the world map. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Whew. Scared me for a moment. We could go to camp right now. Let's do it. Feels like that makes sense, right? It'd take us a while to get to Lothering. Alright, here's our party camp. Get used to it. We're going to see it quite a bit. Although it's going to fill out a lot over time.
What do you need?
Do you want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
I just thought you might need to talk. Doesn't mean I don't mourn his loss. He was like a father to you. I understand. Good, I don't want you falling apart again. He was like a father to you. I understand.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the blight and everything. I'm sorry.
No harm done, Alistair. There's no need to apologize. Yes, well, let's forget about it. Just don't let it happen again. No harm done, Alistair.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
What about the other Grey Wardens? He had you. That's an excellent idea. I thought we'd get the chance. What about the other Grey Wardens?
I don't know. I have no idea what the Grey Wardens do for their... when they fall in battle. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just...
I've lost enough to know what you're going through. I saw plenty of death in the alienage. I'd rather not talk about it, to be honest. Yeah, we saw him. I don't know if we saw our mom die, but that's somebody, right? Saw plenty of death in the alienage.
Yes, I suppose you must have. I can't even imagine, really. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Anytime, Alistair. Maybe I'll go to Highever with you when you go. He was a friend of mine, too. Maybe I'll go to Highever with you when you go.
I'd like that. So would he, I think.
There you go, +4 to Alistair. I don't know who we're going to romance yet. Alistair's always, you know, a good choice because he's an amazing person. Might maybe Zephyrin too. Maybe Liliana. Who knows? Who knows? Won't be Morrigan though. She doesn't like women. I don't think. Jeez, look at the size of those potions. Holy crap.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Did you grow up in the Kakari Wilds?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
You could, if you wanted to. I'm curious. What's wrong with that? Fine, I'll leave you be. It's my favorite way of annoying you. I'm just curious. What's wrong with that?
Any number of cats could inform you of the answer to that question, but have it your way. What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
And you remained unnoticed? But you kept going back to the wilds. But you kept going back to the wilds.
Would you not do the same? Your world is an unforgiving and cold place. The wilds I hail from is home to me, and I a natural denizen. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
You must have looked quite the fool. Very daring. That sounds like you. Were you hurt? I can just imagine. Very daring.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
That was quick thinking. What happened to the poor man? I'm supposed to be surprised you're a good liar. That was quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
I have no idea. I'm not human. Well, I mean, I grew up with humans, basically. Touching, like a handshake? Were you upset by all the bad touching? Like a handshake?
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Yet, here you are. You can go back if you like. I guess the joke's on you then. Well, I'm glad it worked out this way, at least. Yeah, I'm glad you're here.
Yes? Let's ignore the entire Darkspawn threat and the presence of a simpleton as your only other Grey Warden ally, then. Not that I lack appreciation for the intent of your comment. Thank you. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Yes. +6 for Morrigan, nice. And speaking of Morrigan, we have things for you. So, plus some cold damage. Man, her body changed. It seems like her body changes quite a bit with that, doesn't it? I don't know, maybe it's just the shoulders. Surely it's just the shoulders, right? But I think the 2 magic and 10% cold damage is probably better. If we're doing our job correctly as the 2 warriors, she should not be getting touched at all. But this would be an upgrade for you still. Willpower and mental resistance. I guess you can have those too. Does add a little bit of fatigue though, so that'll be fine. We'll be alright. Did I not get the mud idol to you? You're supposed to have the mud idol. Must have accidentally not equipped that stuff. Is this heavy armor? Yeah. I think we will eventually get you in heavy armor, so let's go ahead and just start it now. Alright. Good. And I think that's all we have to do in the camp right now. Got a little pond over here, a little drinking water. Probably bathing water too. Doesn't look like it's too deep though. Probably can't have a good bath in it. Alright, off we go. Yep, this is our party. Up to Lothering. Dinner room.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your Lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Anora's regent and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
How could you say that? I can't believe it. You think you really pulled out? Oh no.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you.
The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Bantegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Bantegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
Tegan's so cool. I wish we saw him again. In like another game. Over to your elf I see. There he is. He's a good boy. Oh! That's a lot of darkspawn. Okay. Get in there.
More dark spawn.
I shall do it.
Go ahead and do a critical shot. Winter grasp. Or winter's edge, rather. Gotta remember to do these things too. Why are you doing it? Come on, fire. Nice. Move to him. Another winner's grasp, yep.
Like that! Run while you can!
Nice. Ooh, you're gonna die. Drink a big one. Are you doing things? Damn, I didn't think he'd go down. Shit. Uh-oh. Good.
Let us end this!
Turn into a spider. There we go. He wags his tail happily and pants. Those darkspawn didn't hurt you, boy, did they? Ugh, I hate dogs. Shoot, get away. I think this is the Mabari I helped pack at Ostagar, pet the hound. I think this is the Mabari I helped.
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
I've always wanted a dog like this. Maybe it's meant to be. But I don't want a dog. Too much responsibility. If you like him, you can have him. He can come, but he better make himself useful. I've always wanted a dog like this. Maybe it's meant to be. Happy bark. He's a good boy. Name for doggo. That's a good question. That is a good question. It's a good name for a warhound. Anubis. Yeah, there we go. Not really a great name for not a god of war or anything, but you know, hey. It's a jackal. But first thing that came into my mind, so that's what it is.
Going. Yes.
Yes. With all that loot. Alright. Now we can head out of here. Continue on our way. Yeah, I think between episodes I might look into our tactics here and organize all this stuff, because we are going to need to do that if I don't want to keep frantically trying to save Alistair. Hello.
Wake up, gentlemen! More travelers to attend to. Led by an elf, of all things.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers!
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers, and you're free to move on.
You should listen to your friend. We're not refugees. You're toll collectors, then. I don't have that kind of coin. Very well, 10 silvers. You're toll collectors, then.
Indeed, for the upkeep of the Imperial Highway. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
You're fixing the highway? I think not. Perhaps you should charge more, then. I don't have that kind of coin. You're fixing the highway? I think not.
Not much gets past you, I see.
It's not really a toll. We're just robbing you, see?
Do shut up. Even a genlock would have understood that.
Forget it. I'm not paying. I don't have that kind of coin. Forget it. I'm not paying.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse, then. Those are the rules.
You could try. You will try. Do you really want to fight Grey Wardens? Fine, here's 10 silvers. Do you really want to fight Grey Wardens?
Did she say she's a Grey Warden? Them ones killed the king.
Traitors to Ferelden, I hear. Tern Loghain put quite a bounty on any who are found.
But aren't them Grey Wardens good? I mean, really good? Good enough to kill a king?
You have a point. Well, let's forget about the toll. We'll just leave you to your darkspawn fighting, king-killing ways.
You're too kind. You know, the Grey Wardens could use a donation. Let's try it.
You don't say.
They is really good, boss. Remember?
Well, yes. 20 silvers? That's all we've collected today.
An excellent donation, thank you.
Then take it. Do enjoy your stay in Lothering and all that.
There we go. Look at us. Non-violent. You guys killed a Templar? Jesus. Probably not smart.
Right.
Knight's Locket. This golden locket bears within it a tiny painting of a pretty brown-haired young woman. It is impossible to tell who the woman might be, but whoever owned this locket was quite fond of her. And then we got a note here. Type generic, okay. And take all that, and I'm pretty sure we'll get a codex, yep. Note from Sir Henrik. So many of my fellow knights have been searching for the urn. Surely one of them must have found Brother Genitivi by now. Still, until I hear that all is well, I must proceed as planned. Brother Genitivi holds the key to finding the urn of sacred excuse me. The urn of sacred ashes. We always knew this, but I believe I now know where Brother Genitivi lies. I have been to his home in Denerim and found the trail, and I'm amazed that other knights have not done likewise. Unless they have? No, it is best not to get caught up in thoughts of conspiracy. Sir Donald awaits my report in Lothering. I must go to him immediately and report what I have learned. Should anyone find these ramblings, all I ask is that he be informed of my fate. I pray that he complete what I cannot. Okay. I'm gonna loot you. Trap triggers.
For more practice.
Oh. Whoops.
Oh my God.
What do you got? Stun. Go ahead and you need to have these on your bar, huh? Don't have a lot, but go ahead and eat that. Oh, does that not heal you? Weird.
So be it.
Jeez. This is not good.
Let's finish this.
Who are you attacking? And why? I think Alistair's gonna die. All my freaking healing potions.
All right, we surrender. We're just trying to get by before the darkspawn get us all.
You picked the wrong target. Get by, you're criminals.
Yes, I'm a criminal. I admit it. I apologize.
Now you die, that's all you deserve. I want some answers. Turning you in, you'll follow my lead. Hand over everything you've stolen, then start running. I want some questions answered.
What could I tell you? We aren't even from these parts.
What exactly have you been doing?
Well, watching for folks fleeing from the south. Chasing from the wilds and farmholders, mostly. There aren't soldiers here anymore, so we help ourselves. We try not to hurt anyone too much.
What's going on in Lothering?
It's packed full. The band took his men north with Tear and Loghain, so there's no one looking out for it except a few Templars at the Chantry. Well, I was just trying to feed my family, you know?
Have you heard about any survivors from the battle?
Couple, maybe. A group of wounded ash warriors came by earlier. Got right out of their way.
What news have you heard?
Everyone's saying how the Grey Wardens betrayed the king during the Darkspawn fight. Got him and themselves killed. Tear Loghain pulled out just in time. First thing he's doing as regent is putting a bounty on Grey Wardens. Well then, let me go!
I'm turning you in.
But there aren't any. Just the Templars, and they'll execute me.
Then I'll execute you here. They'll do what they must. Come with me. Then start running and don't come back.
Bless you. The Darkspawn can have this place.
Yeah. Maybe we're a bit too kind there, but we got 20 silver out of them. There we are, Lothering.
There it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing?
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
Just get to the point. What do you want to talk about, Alistair? You have been very quiet, Alistair. Leave him alone, Morrigan. You have been very quiet, Alistair.
Yes, I know. I was just thinking.
No wonder it took so long, then.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
I'll figure it out. Let's just get going. We should try and use these treaties, I assume. We need to hear some news before we can decide. You have some thoughts on that point, Alistair? You have some thoughts?
This should be good.
I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
What do you mean?
The treaties, the ones we got from Flemeth. With these, we will be able to ask for assistance. Maybe even raise an army. There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Then we need to find these people. Is there any way to contact the other Grey Wardens?
Short of leaving Ferelden to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
Why are you leaving it up to me?
Well, I don't know where we should go. I'll do whatever you decide.
Now that is unsurprising.
Arleman is a good man, but I don't know for sure he's where we should go. I'm not going to fight about it.
What do you think we should do, Morgan?
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
Ready to get going, then we need to find these people. I'm not sure if any of this is a good idea. Then we need to find these people.
I can give you directions, if you like.
Where do we find Earl Eamon?
He'll be at Castle Redcliffe, in the far western part of Ferelden, next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there, someone will be able to tell us where he is.
Where will we find the Dalish elves?
If we head eastward, towards the Brazilian forest, we should hear word of one of the clans that wanders that area. Hopefully they will still be there.
And the dwarves?
We would need to speak to their king in Orzammar. That means heading west into the Frostback Mountains, which won't be easy.
And finally the Magi.
That will be at their tower on Lake Carlinhard to the north. We'll be looking for the first enchanter, whoever that is.
And where's Loghain gonna be?
If he isn't out in the field with his army, he's probably going to be at the palace in Denerim. We can go to Denerim, but somehow I suspect that they're not going to let us just walk around. Only a suspicion, of course.
Okay.
Then you have a plan.
I'm ready. Let's get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Alright. So we have a plan. We have 4 stops. Plus some side quests. Go ahead and loot this elf root. Thank you. Need all the elf root. Give it all to me. Refugees.
As if we needed more fighting here. Don't you see how scared everyone is?
No.
I'm scared. When are we going home?
You're not. Sorry.
Need something? I don't generally talk to strange elves who wander in here.
I'm not just an elf. I'm a Grey Warden. Probably not smart to do after we were just told that a bounty's been put in our head, huh? You have something against elves. I didn't wander anywhere. Thank you. I didn't wander anywhere. Thank you.
You still look like trouble. We got plenty of that with the war now.
I can make trouble for you, human. Is that what you want? Yeah, I have questions.
Can't promise I'm gonna answer them.
What's going on here?
What isn't? We got chastened barbarians in every farmholder south of Callanhard running from the Darkspawn. Not that they'll be safe here with the army gone.
Who's in charge?
You could talk to the Elder, though she's got her hands full getting everyone on their way. For now, most folks go to Sir Bryant. He's head of the Chantry's Templars.
You don't have a ruling lord?
He's gone to war and taken all his soldiers, leaving us to fend for ourselves. There's not going to be much left when he returns. If he returns.
Were those bandits always outside the village?
Were? You mean they're gone?
Yeah, I drove them off.
Well, goody for you. Now there's no one to drive off the blighted refugees. Sir Brian'll be glad, though. He's been talking about offering a reward for anyone who'd run them out.
I should go.
Don't let me stop you.
Also, you're an asshole. Driving off the refugees, they literally killed a Templar up there. Probably. Actually, I guess we don't know for sure that they killed him. He could have just died there, coincidentally. You never know. Okay.
I brought my family to Lothering because
I have a wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
Of the 2 of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere and die? That would be great, thanks.
Oh my god, their banter in particular is just so good. So good. Alright.
You there. If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you. There's none to be found. Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
What do you mean?
We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and Tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
Are you keeping me from going in?
I'm just warning you, things may not be as hospitable as you would expect. People are frightened.
Okay. Is anyone in charge here?
The band has marched north with Tern Loghain, so Lothering's on its own. Most folks look to Elder Miriam. Otherwise, you could speak to Sir Bryant in the Chantry, I suppose. It's up to you.
Alright. Alright, guys. Before we go and start exploring Lothering, I think we're actually going to end the episode here. And that way we'll have all the next episode to do Lothering, which will be good. I have a lot to do here. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.